Right, everybody, this is going to be my basic overview of the Hill EVO-310. This is the latest compressor that Hill brought out. I believe it was the EC3000 was the previous one. This is basically the same one, but I'm just going to go through a basic operation, what this compressor's got and what I've added on to it. So to start with, when you get your compressor, you will, let me get right there, you will have to fill up the crankcase with the red oil it comes with, fill it up to this point here. That there is, this point here, this one here is a reservoir for the silicone oil. Make sure you fill it up to that blue band. This is the one that's going to go down every time you use it a little bit, so make sure you top it up, top that one up. This one here should never go down. Fill it to the little ball there. You can maybe just see it. Basically it takes the entire bottle for that one there, and this one here just fill it to the red reservoir, sorry, the blue reservoir. Looking on here, this is the dry pack oil water separator filter. This is extra. This is about, I think, about 100 quid. You can buy the compressor with it. I bought the compressor, then realized I thought it'd probably be a better idea to get this one because I'm doing a lot of filling. If you're not doing a lot of filling, then I wouldn't bother. If you're just going to fill straight to your air rifle every weapon trip, then I wouldn't bother. But if you want to, it's up to you. If you're sort of like belt and braces kind of person, then yeah, get one of these. Very well made, pretty easy to install. But that really, the instructions on that, there's no point me doing a video of it because there's a lot of information out there on the internet anyway for this. But just to say, with the compressor, from using the Yongheng compressors, you get the blast caps that are fitted to it. Well, this one's got two of them here and here. 5K it says, so 5,000 PSI I believe. Up here you've got your manometer here, and this is your whip that you connect into whatever cylinder or thing you're filling up. On this, I've got a one-way valve from Best Fittings that the flow of the air only goes one way. You can use one of those male-to-male ones. That will do the job just fine. But I got one of these because I used one of these check valves on my Yongheng. But anyway, that there is your bleed valve. So you'll get a small portion of silicone oil come out, and with a bit of water. That's what this is supposed to do here. This is like the first filter, and then that dry pack is the secondary one. So when you bleed this out, you open it up, you'll get a blast of air, nothing to worry about. I use a cloth here, that will capture most of the moisture out, and then just let it bleed off. It does take some time to bleed out the system, a lot longer than other things I've used. But yeah, so then tighten that one back up. Up here is your control panel. Around here is your, I'm going to put the light on my phone here just so I can see. That is your on switch. Turn that one on there. First thing there, it will do, yeah, it tells you about the firmware, hours run, so yeah, 2 hours already. Press OK. So you confirm your lubricant levels. So like I said a minute ago, you confirm your lubricant levels there and there are correct, which they are. And then you go back into here, you press this dial here, OK. And then you will set your target pressure. So let me just get set up and I'll show you how to do that. Right, so connected up the one-way valve there I just said about to the Foster's fitting on my dive bottle. Make sure your bleed valve is shut there like that. Make sure your bleed valve here is shut, which it is. And then what I do, open the valve up. That's going to tell me how much air I've got in my bottle here. So what's that? 250 bar. So with the EC310, you can fill it up to 310 bar. What this means is that obviously anyone who does a lot of filling out, you're going to realise things get hot, and as they get hot, they cool down. And what happens is the air inside, the actual manometer, the pressure will go down a bit. So this will overcompensate for it. There is settings I can do on here that can adjust various temperature gate settings and things like that. Not going to go into it. There's you've got a really good instruction manual here, and I will say, when you're buying something like this, I wouldn't just rely from some guy on YouTube telling you what to do. read the bloody instruction manual, right? It's all in there, right? But I'll just go through, like I said, this is just a basic overview. So yeah, what I've done there, I've connected it up, opened up the valve, gonna go up to here, target pressure. So press that down there, wind that up, gonna wind that all the way to 310, right? So that's the target pressure set. Okay, pressure set, and then stop. And there you go. What I will do, I'm not going to go through some great big running commentary of how long it takes to fill up and that. I'm just going to start now, and when it's filled, I shall show you the end results and then tell you how long it took to do. Filling up nicely. So just hit 281 bar and the temperature was up to 66, I believe. And what happened now, we're on a little cooling down period. I think when that gets down to a certain temperature, it will kick in again. So that's the first time we've had a break. It's been filling from 250 bar up to 280. It's taken about 10 minutes, so that's the first break. Generally, basically, the cooler everything is here, the longer that's going to run. So warmer temperatures will obviously dictate. But I'll come back to you when this thing kicks in again. There you go. It's going to run now, and what are we at now? 60 degrees, yeah. So obviously when it gets up another 5 or 6 degrees, it will cut off. But we're very nearly getting to the point now where we're getting to the fill pressure required. So we'll see what happens. Looking from this angle here, it's as you can see, it's totally air cooled. This device, there's no water or any pipes involved like you get with these Chinese compressors. So all good with that. You just got to make sure you top that silicone up. Just showing you show out of interest here. You get your bottle of silicone oil there and your crank oil that comes with the system. Oh, you kick back in again. So what we got there? 285 bar, temperature 60 degrees. That was its second stop. So yeah, another 5 or 6 degrees, but whatever comes first. So we'll see when that gets to 310 or 300 or whatever it is, and then yeah, hopefully the end of the fill. So that's the fourth break now. We got to about 293 bar, so getting there. Like I will say, this machine here, it will take longer to fill, but it's not ever going to get over temperature, because as soon as it gets to a certain temperature there, 65, 66 degrees, I think it depends on the ambient temperature as well, it will pause for a break, and so you're not going to be stressing the system too much. There we are. Kicked in on clockwork. There's always going to be a little bit of a disparity between that manometer and what that one there will say, so don't worry about it. You can offset this machine so you can calibrate it to what your manometer says there. Obviously that is dependent on ambient temperature and where you are in the world. But yeah, it's good to know that you can do that. Right, so you know you can pause the fill. So it's there, abort fill. Did I do that wrong? No, I didn't. Resume fill, sorry, yeah, there's me being a moron. You can pause the fill, abort it, and then resume it like I'm going to do now. Sorry about the focus in here, I'm trying to get it in the light. So press that one there now. And yeah, carry on. Right, so there you go, fill complete. Gonna go through it now just to show you how to drain the system down. So get your cloth, obviously looking down here, you can see there, fill right up to the top of 300 bar there. So obviously, check your valve shut, which it is, and then get your cloth. And this is where you're going to bleed off. Sorry, this is where you're going to bleed off the system. You will get quite a lot of moisture and oil coming out of that, which is basically doing what this is supposed to be doing. Like I said, I've got the second stage filter over there, which will get rid of the majority of the other stuff, but this is what comes out this end of things. So you can see there, quite a lot coming out there. And once that there, it's drying down. Obviously you can shut this one off here already, so leave that system off. Then everything in that line there is out now and empty, and then you can disconnect and away you go. Overall, very impressed with this. That was several stops, that was, whilst we're getting up to 310. So I wouldn't say it's struggling, but it's working with within its own parameters. And I keep saying it's not gonna, Yong Hang's languishing down there, it's not going to fill as quickly as one of those, but that there has offered me some sterling service over the last 4 years since COVID, 4 or 5 years since COVID. But really, I always wanted something like this, really, just because it's a natural to want, you know, upgrading in your, you know, improving your kit, what you got, and that, and one of these British made Hill compressors is what I wanted for some time. But going through here now, you just turn your switch off and away you go, and that's the end. That concludes the overview. Just to say as well, filling up the dive tank here obviously probably took me about 22 minutes, I think, looking at the timer there. Filling direct to the air rifle, whatever air rifle you got. I mean, I got the FX there, that's a 250 bar bottle. That takes less than a minute to fill, so if you're going to be doing it like that, then you will be filling very quickly. But thanks for taking the time to watch this, and any questions, just fire them down in the comment section. Thank you.